And we're going to turn now to Steve Kornacki at the big board. Steve, what did we learn from last night's Republican primaries?
All right, what did we learn from this Republican primary process? Well, I think one of the lessons, it's a bit counterintuitive, is actually about the role not that Republicans played, but that non-Republicans played. More specifically, that Biden voters played. The rules in a lot of these states, we talked about this a lot, were open primaries. Democrats, Republicans could participate, or at least they were semi-open primaries where independents could take part. A state like Virginia last night, this was one of Haley's best states last night. She still lost it. Though you do see she won, especially right outside Washington, D.C., in the suburbs there. And one of the things we found in the exit poll in Virginia, we asked Republican primary voters if they approve of how Joe Biden is doing the job of president, and about 1 in 5 gave him a positive job approval rating. Republican primary voters, if you just do a poll of Republican voters, our own poll, when we ask this question, it comes back like 3%. So when you're near 20%, like you are in Virginia, I think that tells you there's a lot of Biden supporters coming into this electorate because they could and because they're motivated by their opposition to Donald Trump and their desire to vote against him in this primary because they could, but also that they will do that again in November. And we've seen that really motivated Trump opposition tends to come in suburban places like Northern Virginia, suburban, college-educated, economically upscale voters. They've been turning out in droves in these special elections where Democrats have been overperforming. And I think there's a lot of suggestive evidence. They turned out in a place like Virginia, earlier in South Carolina, in New Hampshire, other states, to vote against Trump and to really pad that Nikki Haley vote total. So I think the lesson, one of the more significant lessons from this primary potentially, is not about the Republican Party. It might be about the Democratic Party, about the Biden base, about the incredible level of activation among the suburban college-educated core of the Democratic base. There's more to the Democratic base than that. But that segment of it, how extremely motivated it is to vote, it means for the Democrats and for Biden in the fall, they do not have to worry about energizing and motivating that group of voters. They've clearly demonstrated they are energized and they are mobilized. And for Democrats, the other significance is turnout was 160 million in 2020. There's a lot of people who think it's coming down this fall. If it goes down to a large enough level, I don't know what the number is, but at some point, if it comes down, that could be a real turnout edge for Democrats with those suburbs just on fire with Trump opposition. And, Virginia, we don't think will be a swing state, but in other swing states, suburbs could be decisive. And if Biden has a turnout edge there, it could end up making all the difference.
All right, Steve Kornacki, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.